Y-wing was featured in some of Ralph McQuarrie's early concept illustrations. Kind of harkens back to the P-38, the two fuselage fighter plane of World War II. Colin Cantwell did the concepts to get the idea across of the basic look of and feel of all the different fighters and ships. I think the Y-wing particularly is an interesting idea, an interesting ship. It reminded me a little bit of a 57 Thunderbird. It had kind of a sleekness to it. As we worked on it and added details to it, it took on more of a kind of a cobbled together hot rod look. We had a lot of freedom in interpreting the concept models, and a lot of the time the direction that they took was determined more by the kind of parts that we could find to build them. Like I remember the front of the rocket engine was actually a legs container. I don't know if people are familiar with that, but that was a plastic container for a hose that we could just get at a drugstore. All the smaller fighter models had to be produced and molded to make molded in foam to make explosion versions of them. That's a bit more difficult and time-consuming to make sure that every detail that's put on there could be pulled out of a mold. One of my most memorable moments of making the models in Star Wars was one day we stretched a wire from the warehouse to a tree that was in the parking lot, and we attached a Y-wing to that wire and put a rocket motor in one of the rocket sides and ignited it, and it took off and flew across the parking lot in about a half a second, and with smoke trailing behind it, and it was curving, and it was better than anything that ended up in the film. It was really exciting, and it hit the tree and just exploded into 100 pieces, and it was really a fun moment.